So, before I start, interesting. I bet you're uncomfortable right about now. I see you shifting in your seat, but nothing's happening. You're safe. But it doesn't feel that way. Your mind's filling in the blanks, reacting to the situation in front of you. It's the same with systems that safeguard us. Like us, they're built to confront the unknown and limit the possibility of danger. Welcome to the safety theatre, where systems no longer remove risk. They remove the feeling of risk, that discomfort you just felt right now. So, it's 5:17 on the dot. Just an average day, I look left, I look right. I cross the road and the traffic light blinks green. But that doesn't stop that blue car speeding past me, trying to beat the evening rush hour. I'm a little unsettled, but I shrug it off. Chin up, but not too high. You don't want to seem too confident. I see a group of teenagers my age walking by, and I take out my phone and open and close the weather app and wait until they pass by. At this point, my heart's drumming in my chest for no particular reason. But slow down, you're walking too fast, and you don't want to seem too nervous. The final battle of my journey comes when a stranger walks towards me, and the stage darkens as if on cue, and I put one foot in front of the other and cross the road before I risk an interaction. Doors locked, lights off, collapse into the sofa. What a safe journey home. Our whole culture is built around that feeling, streetlight poster policy and overall visual reassurance. But that didn't guarantee my safety against the strangers walking by or the cars going past. I did everything right, but my mind was negotiating my body, walking faster and slower, looking confident and then casual. Did that sound like a story to you? Or an instruction manual? In truth, it's neither. It's our lives, listening to the expectations of safety that span generations and years. And the question we're left with is, when was this normalized? Fear of leaving my house is somehow acceptable, and we just casually conform to this instruction manual where we pretend to be on our phone in fear of other people. Now, call me ambitious, but surely safety should be something that actually makes us safe, rather than allocating half-hearted advice about how to live alongside danger. It's simple. We as humans hate uncertainty, so institutions respond to the problem with something visual that reassures them of their commitment to the problem. And it's all good in theory, but there's just one problem with this approach. Signals don't treat the root cause of the issue. Our response by definition is fleeting, manufactured to minimize scrutiny and capturing a headline. And I was really invested in this concept, and I wanted to see how ingrained this false sense of safety was in our society today. And I came across this phrase called the security theatre, where systems only look safe. So I'm sure you can all relate to making a new password, right? And you need like 14 syllables, 2 full stops, and my dead fish's name. And we call these layers protection. But breaches still happen because complexity is not the same as prevention. Well, me and you have our own versions. The safety theatre. We've learned to act okay even when we're not, and to treat the symptom over the sickness. And at 17, I've been cultivated to move through the world like a machine, programmed to survive, whilst on the outside I act confident. So, before I continue, I want to try something out. I want you to look to the person you don't know. Now ask yourself this question. If something happened right now, would they help you? Would they film you? Yes, this moment's at the core of the safety theatre, but for a young person walking home, it's not philosophical. It's real. And for some young people, it's simple. Get them before they get me. As a youth advocate, I've stood in the heart of democracy to local schools, advocating against youth violence. And I've been in the rooms where everyone agrees that something has to change. Because when someone gets stabbed, it is estimated that 3 minutes is the difference between life and death. 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, a heart can beat over 200 times, and a plane can take flight in the skies. And in 3 minutes, the only help someone has is the people around them. When knife crime hits the headlines, we often rush to do something. Posters go up and statements are made. Within a few months, the community is reassured with a statistic that says knife crime has gone down. And sometimes that helps, but most of the time it numbs the fear. Sometimes what we build isn't protection, it's a choreography of control. And this is embedded in every sector of society, from the half an hour PSHE lessons on knife crime to the stranger danger culture thrown at us from a young age. And it's all about what we need to do to cope with the danger, not about what needs to change up. Because the solution is gritty, it takes time, and it often exposes systemic failure. So policies shift the blame onto us, the individual, and suddenly it's the clothes you're wearing or the time that we're out to that becomes the issue. And when danger becomes a background noise, we stop questioning why it's there. So on that basis, I have a confession to make. I lied to you. I told you I was careful, when in reality I was adapting to the conditions I should challenge. And every time I adjust, I shrink myself just slightly to the conditions of the safety theatre, uncertainty, and a quick outcome. And so do you. When did looking safe become more important than being safe? And how much of our lives have we spent performing safety rather than questioning it? Perhaps this fear can be used not as our greatest weakness, but our greatest strength. Rather than trying to suppress it and cope with it, we can use it to signal exactly what kind of environment is inauthentic, and it's up to us to challenge it. We have lost direction in pursuit of immediate action. Because the whole point of safety measures is that one day we won't need them. That's the dream. But we're too caught up with playing it safe. We lack that youthful ambition to create a better world, not for tomorrow, but for today. I think systems have to evolve, because they're never intended to withstand. If you take anything from this talk today, is that we need to be bolder, redefine our vision of safety, and sit in that discomfort long enough to question it. I challenge you to question what we reward and what we deem as progress. Mostly, have the hard conversations. That silence, use it as an ally to create actual solutions. Because the most powerful thing about the safety theatre isn't institutions or denial, it's about how quickly we learn the script. Thank you.